Today we're going to be upgrading the rear shock on my Cybervelo electric bike with this fully adjustable air shock. I'll go step by step on the easy install, and then I'll show you the advantages of this fully adjustable air shock. But before we get started, I hope you like this video, subscribe to my channel, and let's get after it. To remove and install the new shock, you're going to need two 5mm hex keys. You could use two of these or one of these and one of these hex screwdrivers, which makes it easier. And what you're going to do is put one on each side like this to hold it, and then turn the bolt counterclockwise like this. Once I get it loosened up, then it's pretty easy to remove with the screwdriver like that. I'm just going to loosen that up, and then I'm going to move to the bottom here. You can even remove the screw altogether, and you'll see that the shock remains in place. Moving to the other side, you're going to see the screw here. I'm going to take my hex wrench, and I'm just going to push that screw out like that. I'm going to do something similar on the bottom, and this is where you want to hold up the seat, because when you take both those screws out, the bike will kind of collapse because there's nothing holding the back end. Go ahead and remove this, drop it out like that, and you can see that this moves up and down. Here's a comparison of the factory shock and the upgraded air shock, which has a chamber which you can adjust the pressure for the rider's weight and riding conditions. And this one is not adjustable despite looking like it is. So I'm going to go ahead and get this installed. This is 190 millimeters is the stock. If you wanted the seat to be a little bit lower, you could go to 165 millimeter air shock in this style, and will bring the seat down about an inch if you're a shorter rider. So let's get after the install. Before I go and install this new shock, I'm going to go ahead and remove the screws. And what I want to do is compare the length of the shoulder bolt to the factory one. You can see it's a little bit longer. So what I want to do is make sure that I use the factory hardware, and I can set this aside. And make sure that you have the blue Loctite on the screws so that it doesn't wiggle loose and fall off while riding. So I'm going to go ahead and remove this other end. And you can see that the factory screws fit in the same hole and will fit up really nicely. To install the new shock, what you want to do is make sure that you use the factory hardware. And you're going to slide it in the clevises like the factory one, and take note where the nozzle locations are so that you can inflate the pump if you need to adjust the air pressure easily. Now, if you want the seat to be lower, get the 165 millimeter version of the shock. This is the 190 millimeter. So I'm going to go ahead and install it in the frame like this. Put those screws in like this. There we have it, like that. And then I'm going to put the kickstand down and go to the other side and install the screws. I'm going to go ahead and install the screws on this side. Like that. Go ahead and tighten these bolts. There we have it. Using the 5mm hex, tighten those down. So you'll see that there's a little rubber O-ring on here. You can move it up and down, but for your first test, try it all the way up. And then you're going to sit on the seat to see how far that O-ring compresses down. You'll see that the bike is much more absorbent than the factory shock, and the O-ring has come down about halfway. That looks good, but if you do need to increase or decrease the pressure, you'll need this high pressure shock pump. This is different from a tire pump. A link to this pump is above and also in the description. And what you'll do is you'll remove this little cap on the Schrader valve. You'll thread on the shock pump like this. It will give you a pressure. And it says that it's at 50 psi. I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of pressure to it. So it's a little bit firmer. Couple pumps and it really fills that chamber. Now it's sitting about 75 psi. So it's a little bit firmer than before. Go ahead and remove that. I'm going to slide the O-ring back up. Install the cap. That concludes the install of the air shock. If you have any questions, please leave in the comments. If you want to upgrade the front fork to an air fork, a link to a video is above, so you can do so. I hope you liked this video. Subscribe to my channel, and thanks for watching.